Hello students, welcome to your channel. Please like, share and subscribe your own channel, School Studies. School Studies is pleased to announce the launch of our educational website, Patel Section. After years of hard work and dedication, we are delighted to officially announce the launch. Our goal with this website is to provide our students with an easier way to learn their lesson and prepare for exams. The new website is interactive and gives better access to NCERT solution, GSEB solution, Kids Zone and general knowledge courses and quiz. We will be constantly updating our content with helpful information, articles, blogs, newsletters, new course announcements. We hope you find the new website with a fresh look, easy to access information. For any question, suggestion, feedback or comments, please contact us today. Today we will see a video related to NCERT solution for class 8 civics, chapter 5 judiciary. So let's solve textbook exercise. First question, you read that one of the main function of judiciary is upholding the law and enforcing fundamental rights. Why do you think an independent judiciary is necessary to carry out this important function? An independent judiciary is necessary to carry out the function of upholding the law and enforcing fundamental rights. It intends to shield the judicial process for external influences and provide full legal protection to all individuals going to court for whatever reason. Anyone can approach the courts if they believe that their rights has been violated. If any law passed by the parliament violates anyone's fundamental rights, the judiciary has power to declare such a law as null and void. Second, reread the list of fundamental rights provided in Chapter 1. How do you think the right to constitutional remedies connects to the idea of judicial review? The right to constitutional remedies connects to the idea of judicial review in its capacity of protecting the rights of an individual against the working of the state legislatures or executive. It allows citizens to move the court if they think that their fundamental rights are being violated by the state administration. Judicial review implies invalidations of legislative or executive action if it is seen to violate fundamental rights. Hence, judicial review and the rights to constitutional remedies are interconnected because the judicial review is practiced when any fundamental right is violated by the court. In this case, a higher court can repel the judgment of a lower court based on its own investigation. Next, in the following illustration, fill in each tile with the judgments given by the various courts in the Sudha Goel case. Check your response with others in class. So first is lower court, that is the trial court. Lakshman, his mother Shakuntala and his brother-in-law Subhash Chandra were sentenced to death. High Court, Lakshman, Shakuntala and Subhash Chandra were executed. Supreme Court, Lakshman and Shakuntala were given life imprisonment while Subhash Chandra was executed for lack of sufficient evidence. Next, keeping the Sudha Goel case in mind, tick the sentences that are true and correct the ones that are false. The accused took the case to the High Court because they were unhappy with the decision of the trial court. True. They went to the High Court after the Supreme Court had given its decision. False. They went to the High Court after the trial court had given its decision. If they do not like the Supreme Court's verdict, the accused can go back again to the trial court. False. If they do not like the Supreme Court verdict, the accused cannot go back to the trial court because the Supreme Court is the highest court in the judiciary pyramid. Next question. Why do you think the introduction of public interest litigation, that is PIL, in the 1980s is a significant step in ensuring access to justice for all? The Supreme Court in the early 1980s devised a mechanism of public interest litigation or PIL to increase access to justice. It allowed any individual or organization to file a PIL in the High Court or the Supreme Court on behalf of those whose rights were being violated. The legal process was greatly simplified, and even a letter or telegram addressed to the Supreme Court or the High Court could be treated as a PIL. In the early years, PIL was used to secure justice on a large scale of issues such as recusing bonded laborers from inhuman work conditions and securing the release of prisoners in Bihar who had been kept in jail even after their punishment term as was complete. Thus, the introduction of public interest litigation is a significant step in ensuring access to justice for all. Next, reread extracts from the judgment on a Olga Teles versus Bombay Municipal Corporation case. Now, write in your own words what the judges meant when they said that the rights to livelihood was a part of a right to life. In the Olga Telgis versus Bombay Municipal Corporation case, the judges stated that the right to livelihood was a part of right to life. They stated that life does not merely means an animal existence. It cannot be lived without the means of livelihood. In the above mentioned case, below people were poor and lived in a slums. They had small jobs and no other place to live. For them, the victims of their slums means deprivations of their livelihood, which consequently means deprivations of life. This is how judges connected right to life to the basic requirement of any livelihood, that is food, clothes and shelter. Next, make sentences with each of the glossary words given on the next page. Acquit, that is the jury decided to acquit the defendant on grounds of lack of sufficient evidence to convict him of the crime. To appeal, the defendant decided to appeal to the High Court after his lawyer said that the court's decision was not correct. Compensation, in compensation for the trouble caused due to the flight delay, the airlines awarded the victim 50,000 rupees. Evictions, the couple faced evictions because they failed to pay the monthly installments to the bank. Violation, the police office staff protested the company for the violation of their rights. So this was chapter 4 of NCERT solution for chapter 5 of NCERT solution for class 8 civics. I hope you like my video. Thanks for watching my video. Thank you. Please leave comment, question or doubts in comment section if you have any, or you can drop a mail to us. You will find my email ID at the end of this video. You can also join us on Facebook page, follow us on Instagram, connect us on LinkedIn or tweet us on Twitter. Thanks for watching my video. Thank you.